Hello again. My name is Ani. If you're wondering why I don't have a shirt on, I'm gonna do a tattoo tour today, which means I'm gonna show some skin. Alright? Let's not get rowdy. Let's be normal. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not feeling like myself today, so I thought a good grounding exercise. Oh, here comes Boo. I thought a good grounding exercise would be to think about the stories I have associated with my tattoos. I like telling them just because they're very fun stories. But, well, thank you. They're fun stories, and I really like all my tattoos right now. Yeah. So I thought I'd do that. For background, I'm 21 years of age. I got my first tattoo when I was 18. Do I recommend doing that? I don't know. Whatever you want to do, you do. You know? When I was 18, I knew for a fact that the tattoo I was going to get was going to mean something to me forever. So I got it then, and I don't regret that one at all. But if you're turning 18 and you're getting a star somewhere, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you just turn 18, you're like, I want to get a tattoo, so you get something crazy somewhere. I don't recommend that, really. Boo's a little upset that he can't bite the tags of my new things because he really likes biting plastic. And he's not going to do that right now because that would be naughty. Right, Cooper? Right, Scooper? Okay, goodbye. Okay, goodbye. So yeah, my first tattoo that I ever got, I don't know why, I get all banged up very easily, so if you see like a bunch of scars or, red marks or whatever, I probably sneezed and hit something, you know what I mean? But this is my first tattoo. It is a little rabbit. Story behind this girl, her name's Rexanne. I had a rabbit growing up, that was her name. And Rexanne, I got her when I was 9. I remember we went in to go look at rabbits, me and my mom. We went in to go look at rabbits because we were thinking about getting a rabbit, but we weren't sold. So we went to the pet store and we went to the little rabbit section and we were looking at all the bunnies. And there's this one that stood out because she was on sale, like very much on sale. The sale was if you bought a cage, she was free. And we felt really bad. So we were like, hey, can we meet this rabbit? She was a mini brown Rex, like a chocolate brown. And we were like, hey, can we meet this rabbit? So the worker was like, oh yeah, for sure. Takes her out, and we look at her, and she has a little twisted leg. Her back leg was a little twisted leg. Just birth defect, wasn't a result of anything. She just was born like that. Which meant at the time, right, Boos? Which meant at the time, no one wanted her. So she was in that store for a really long time. Oh, he just found my necklace. She was in that store for a really long time with no, like, okay. With no. Can you please stop? With no interest. Cause no one, okay, you put those claws away. With no one interested in her. He's being very distracting, I'm sorry. With no one interested in her. So we felt really bad. We met her. She was a sweetheart. She was absolutely so sweet. So this was the day before Easter. I think my mom was planning ahead for this, by the way. But this was day before Easter. And then the next day, because I grew up religious, we went to church for Easter. Then after church, we went back to this pet store. Okay, you are being stinky. Tell him he's being stinky. He's being stinky. Okay. We go back to the pet store. and we get Rexanne. My mom named her. She was thinking of the song Roxanne. Let's see. He scratched me, now it's red, you can see. My skin can't take anything, alright? But, anyway, she loved the song Roxanne. Roxanne. Red light, or whatever. And she was a mini Rex, so Rexanne. That's how she got her name. So yeah, I got her when I was 9. And then, if you hear crunching, Boo's eating right now. He's being so stinky! So yeah, I got her then. And then I had her until she was a year old when I got her. And then I had her until she was 6, so I had her for 5 years. She was a really sweet little rabbit. She, I have a little sister, and my little sister, she loved Oreos growing up. So she would, like, my sister would hide Oreos under the bed. Naughty, naughty. But Rexanne also had a big fixation on being under the bed. And we were like, see, look at that. Jesus Christ. Anyway, we were like, why does she keep going under the bed? So I'm investigating. She slips under the bed, and I'm like, God dang it, Rexanne. So I go after her, and she comes out with a big Oreo in her mouth. And I'm like, girl, no, you can't have that. Put that back. So we found out why she has an under the bed fixation. It's because of those dang Oreos that were being under there. So she was so silly. The first day we got her home too, she would just like go up to, we had a leather couch, and she really liked that leather couch too. So she would go up to it and she would just lick it for some reason, and we were like, you are strange. You're a strange little rabbit. She also very much did not like zippers. If you had a zipper, she would bite onto it and shake it up and down and then dig on you. She was a little, she had a big personality for how little she was. She was maybe this big, I want to say, you know, yay round. She was a little lady. And then she lived to be 6. I think. 6 or 7. Around then. Because I was either 15 or 16. Yeah. But she was very special. So I got her tattooed first on my arm. And this kind of is her little twisted leg. Like the, typically, you know, rabbit's legs are like this. What is that? Her back right? Yeah, her back right was like, if it was like this, it would be, you know, twisted out a little bit at that joint. She could walk fine the whole time. It was just a little birth defect that she just kind of lived with and made her extra special. So I got her on my arm. My second tattoo, I believe, was this one. This is a little frog jumping through those like glow in the dark little wristbands that you like crack, 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 and then you like join them and then you put them on your wrist like at 4th of July, you know? It's a little frog jumping through that, and then like little sparkles for a little extra detail. But this, based on real events, when I was really, really little, probably before I turned like very little to around 6 years old, like very, very little. I really liked frogs, and I would go, as I mentioned, I'm from Wisconsin, I would go to the northern part of Wisconsin where all the woods and lakes and stuff are. The very Canadian-esque landscape part of Wisconsin. I would go up there every summer with my family, and we would just hang out at a cabin and just, you know, chill by the lake, go fishing, play board games. We did it for a really long time. We recently stopped, I think a few years ago, but we would do that all the time. And when I was there, I would go and catch the frogs, because I really liked animals growing up. And frogs were very easy to catch, so I would catch frogs all the time. But my first little frog was this guy. His name is Sugar. Was Sugar. He was my first little catch. He was so small, literally maybe that big. And I kept him in a little like casserole dish with dirt at the bottom, and I would put those little wristbands, the glow wristbands in there. And I would like just sit there and like put him in front of him. He would hop through. And then I'd take another one, put him in front of him. He'd hop through. And it was so much fun. I would just like teach this little dude how to do little tricks. And I loved Sugar so much. This honestly sparked my fascination for lizards, amphibians, other little creatures. Now I have 2 geckos. I have a African fattail named Yoshi and a crested named Feldspar, which that'll come up later. But yeah, I had a little frog that did that, and his name was Sugar, and I loved him very, very much. So that's why I got that tattoo. My next tattoo, I believe, was the one on my leg. I have no idea how I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna get up. Oh, check the shorts. The fucking the fucking beer shorts. But here's this one. Oh god. There you go. It's a little Tasmanian devil with fairy wings. It's kind of hard to see. But that was my third. I figured I was like, I'm tired of the arms. I gotta try the legs. So I got this one. This one doesn't have a huge story. It was more of a vision that I had. I was like, I gotta get that tattooed. Not the fairy wings part, but a little context for me. My favorite animal is the Tasmanian devil. They're native to, believe it or not, Tasmania, and they are little. Think of like a possum that went emo. That's what a Tasmanian devil is. I love them. They are very interesting little guys. They have a very strong jaw. They can crush bone. And they're called the Tasmanian devil because of their like call or like noise that they make that sounds just absolutely just straight out of hell. So, Tasmanian devil. And I think they look very neat. So I got it tattooed. And I put little fairy wings on it just because I thought it was cute. Not really any bigger reason at the time. Now I see it as more of like a even these things that are called kind of almost in a vile way. Like we're called in a vile way. Does that make sense? Like they're named grossly, like evil. They can still be good. They can still, be whimsical, even though they're, they had this title of something that is worse. Like you can, this is so hard to explain. It's like, you can be something bigger than what people think you are, is kind of what this has turned into. And that makes sense for me for a lot of reasons. But yeah, that's why I got that one. I really like that one too. And then my, 4th tattoo, I have 6. So we're almost there. I plan on getting more. My last video I mentioned I want to get a dinosaur. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I really would like to get a dinosaur. But my 4th tattoo, I believe, was this guy. He's just a little dog that is very angry and upset. This, once again, was more of just a vision. I was like, I want to get a dog on me somewhere. I kind of just felt that way for a long time. I was like, I want to get a wolf dog thing tattooed on me somewhere, which was kind of achieved with the Tasmanian devil, but not quite. Like, it wasn't canine enough, because Tasmanian devils, they aren't canines. But then I eventually got this one. All of these, by the way, are custom made. None of these are flashes. I do want to get a flash sometime though. I just haven't found one that I fell in love with. But, yeah, so I got this guy. I found, I was like scrolling through Pinterest and some art style that is like this stood out to me, and I was like, fuck, I want to get that tattooed. So I went to a new tattoo artist, different than the one that did this one and the Tasmanian devil, and this one was a separate one. I went to a different artist and I was like, hey, can you do this? Because I really loved their art style. And they were like, yeah, absolutely. So I go in, get it done. And I got this done on Valentine's Day. So we got to hang out with each other on Valentine's Day because at the time I was with my now ex-boyfriend, but we were long distance. So we were like just kind of psyched that we got to hang out with each other on Valentine's Day. It was very awesome. So yeah, we kind of just bonded over that. I want to go back to them soon. I just don't know what for what. But anyway, I knew I wanted to get a dog or a wolf or something because when I was growing up, I very much was thinking I was going to go into like Disney for animation, like on the animation side of Disney. So I really, really, really like drawing animals. Once again, also in part because I just loved animals growing up. But I particularly loved drawing canines. Wolves specifically. I really loved wolves. So I kind of wanted to pay homage to that through this little tattoo. But what's interesting is that this has also evolved to have a different meaning too, of like just like through other people's interpretation of what this is. I've gotten a lot of like video game characters. I've gotten like, oh, is that from Adventure Time? You know, I've gotten like a whole bunch of other pop culture references because of it, and it's just one of those that like is a talking point for a lot of people. A lot of people are like, dang, what is that from? Because people think it's from something all the time. But it's just like interesting. I like tattoos that make people engage with you, like make people ask questions, you know. So yeah, that's why I got that one. I just wanted to pay homage to like drawing wolves all the time growing up. I'm sure at some point I'll go through my old sketchbooks and I'll explain more on what that means. I'll do that sometime. But yeah, that's this one. I really like this one. I like all of them. I'm just excited. My next tattoo is on my back. And I'm gonna start explaining it really quick before I show it. Just for a little bit of context. So I'm gonna fix my hair as I say this. But this was my first tattoo that I got that was from something that was not personal to my life. So it was a bit jarring to get. You know what I mean? Like I'm putting something on my body that, you know, other people have also experienced. Kind of weird. But it is a tattoo from the game Outer Wilds. For people who have not experienced Outer Wilds, it is the best game you can only play once. I feel so strongly about spoilers for that game, so I'm really not going to talk about it much. But if you get anything from me right now, play that game. Play the game. It is so good. It is so good. Me being me got a tattoo of this video game when all my other tattoos have been personal experience and like personal stuff. Me. So get that fucking game, man. Sorry for my language. But it's from the game Outer Wilds. Outer Wilds is a space exploration game where you're trying to put together a story of an ancient civilization that was also in your galaxy. So you're trying to figure out why the heck were they here. It's very cool. I really, really like it. I'm currently playing the DLC, so please do not spoil. I really love this game. And the DLC is really good. So, you know, if you're taking anything, number 1, play the game. Number 2, play the DLC after. Don't play them simultaneously. So Okay. So this is the tattoo. This is the reason I had to take off my shirt, by the way. Otherwise, I would have my shirt on. So enjoy it. This is what it is. I gotta make sure you can see. This is the tattoo. It's just a symbol from the game. I don't know how much I'm gonna explain about what this symbol is, but that's what it looks like. I hope you could see that fine. I clearly could not see if you could see that fine. But that symbol's called the Eye of the Universe. And in game, it is very important. I won't explain why, but it, for me, struck home the most when playing this game. It impacted me emotionally, like, very strongly. So I had to get that symbol tattoo. It was between that or a few other more minor things, but I really felt it's also just like a fucking cool design, you know what I mean? Like, people who aren't aware that it's from Outer Wilds are just gonna be like, that design looks fucking dope, and it does. But I did get it in homage to that game. I really love that game. I'll probably make a video in the future of me just rambling about Outer Wilds, which I'll talk about the Eye of the Universe in that video. But for now, for people who were not warned that I was going to speak about Outer Wilds, I'm gonna zip it, even though I love that game so much. So, that's that one. That one I got January of this year, and then I got it touched up in March, because it is such a complicated design. My artist was like, so I'm gonna touch this up because I do not want to blow out on something that is so intricate. And I was like, heard. I trust you more than anything. And then, when I was getting it touched up, I was like, hey, can we do like another tattoo just while I'm here? And she was like, yeah, okay. So I got these. These still need to be touched up. I can show you. You can kind of see like this is missing some ink in here, and then the edges are a little bit, okay, I don't know why we're doing thumbs up, and the edges are a little bit rusty just because, you know, while I was getting it done, because it's, you know, going up to the palm, this is a really sensitive area to get tattooed. So I was sitting there like, holy lord, truly the most painful tattoo I've ever gotten, and that one's on my spine, just by the way. I don't recommend getting palm tattoos. This is the closest I'll ever get. But yeah, I got these. Not really for any particular reason. These don't really have any meaning to me. I just thought they looked cool. I've gotten 2 interpretations of people being like, dude, so many effects. What the fuck? I've gotten interpretations of like, oh, is that Paimon from Genshin Impact? And I was like, girl, no. Number 2, I've gotten, it's giving Victor from Arcane, which I already kind of look like him, so I guess that one works. Yeah, I really like these ones. This is, I consider to be my 6th. It's 2 separate tattoos, technically, but they're the same thing. So I'm just gonna say that this is my 6th tattoo, not 6th and 7th, so I have 6 tattoos. Yeah. I think that's it. Those are all my tattoos. In the future, I want to get one, like, here. Obviously, I want to get the dinosaur, if you watched my last video. I want to get a dinosaur right here, a Microraptor specifically. Just right here. Just the skeleton. Just because I think that would look cool. And also, it reminds me of Spencer Agnew from Smosh. And I really like that guy. So, yeah. I don't know what else I want to get. I want to get... Now, take a deep breath. Center yourself. I want to get cyber sigillism. Let's all... I think we as a society should just, like, be okay with people putting certain styles on their bodies and not be like, oh, you're getting that style? Cyber I liked cyber sigilism before it was cool. I hate you guys. And I liked dressing like I was a trucker before it was cool. I grew up with people like that. Anyway. I want to get a womb tattoo of cyber sigilism. I don't know what style I want yet. Like, what I want it to look like. Obviously, the style is cyber sigil. Shut up! Shut up! But yeah, that's the that on that. Those are all my tattoos. I would love if you guys had interpretations of my tattoos or like first impressions or anything. I really like reading that stuff. She says hi. Boo is sleeping now, if you were wondering about a Boo update. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. This has been another hashtag certified Ani ramble. I appreciate you. Okay. Bye bye.